talk about it.
I haven't called the order yet. We'll call the Wabash Redevelopment Commission meeting June 3rd, 2025 to order. I'd like to review and approve the minutes of the May 6th, 2025 meeting. I have it not at.
I move to approve.
Hey,
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And no invoices?
There is
Yeah,
one
there's
One invoice?
added in.
Aha. One from LWG for 2,000.
If you recall, this is the annual,
That's what he came and talked to us about.
annual
For two of
entity
them.
disclosures. It's typically up to 2,000 is what we signed in the contract.
I move that we pay the attached invoice.
I'll second. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Probably
Lock the
Or
door.
John. Johnson.
Well, today,
Meeting's over, Doug. New business, downtown Wabash facade improvement program.
So with us today is Mr. Steve Dent, Chief Waters with Downtown Wabash Inc. and the Economic Revitalization Committee for Downtown Wabash Inc. I went up, because Wabash Marketplace, I was thinking of the old historic, okay. We're here today to present the new and improved facade improvement program and requesting $50,000 out of CEDAT,
No, out of redevelopment.
out of redevelopment,
Out of
sorry.
TIF.
Oh, that's why we're here, yes, out of redevelopment.
See, that's going away, so we're not doing
Alright.
anything out of that.
So in your packet, which you received is the guidelines, the application, and then the agreement that would be between Downtown Wabash and the downtown commercial business owner, but they're here to answer any questions or tell us any more about the program.
It's pretty self-explanatory. I think you all received a copy of the guidelines anyway, and the exhibits that were attached. We understand in talking with the mayor, there's $50,000 available that may be available to fund a facade grant program. We haven't had a good program for quite a while, and obviously these are obviously important to the development of downtown. This would be a pretty small program with only $50,000 available, but it should help us approach property owners and business owners to replace windows, replace doors, do some painting, awnings. We do inspections of downtown fairly often and take a look at what might be improved. We're not there as the police or anything else like that, but we're there to hopefully encourage people to spend some money on their buildings and to improve the appearance in downtown, which in turn improves economic development and economic activity downtown. So we developed these guidelines. These are abbreviated guidelines from the last one, our last facade program back in 1919, I think it finished. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands.
1919.
2019.
Open your law.
And so, I've been here long.
Steve, I have one question. It's $10,000 and that, the way,
Max.
right, as a max, the way I read that, it's not, they spend 5 and get 5, although they could, it's up to 10,000 they spend that they can get 10,000
They
matching.
would have to spend 20 and they get 10 back.
Okay,
So if they spend 5, they get 2,500.
That's correct.
okay. So whatever they spend, they get 50%
They get 50 of it
back.
back.
They are able to apply for. Okay,
So,
all right.
so they'll apply first, tell you what work they want to do, give you estimates, and then you guys will agree to X number of dollars. They'll get the work done, submit the invoices to you, and then you'll cut them a check out.
That's correct. Only after
you
all the
invoice
bills.
us.
I'm sorry.
After you invoice the RDC.
Yeah, we've got an
You
invoice.
guys will then approve it.
Oh, okay, so it's not that we're gonna stick 50,000 in a fund and they have access to it, they're going to
Well, I guess
ask
I
us.
should probably ask that. That's,
Their
that was
committee
last time.
Has to approve it.
That's however you want to do it. I don't,
Okay.
that really hasn't been discussed.
So my intent in doing this is to initially fund it with $50,000. Say the first year, $10,000 in grants are applied for. The only thing we would do is fill that back up to $50,000 out of TIF revenue.
On an ongoing basis, you're talking about.
Yeah, so we just refund it to a $50,000.
So you would want the money to remain in the RDC until they ask them.
I don't think that's what he said. is it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying every year we will
Look at it.
we will replenish that account to 50,000. If they spend the 50,000 in the first year,
Okay,
then obviously the next year,
but I think the question is that account going to be
here
an
or
account
there.
or there? Right, is that account going to be one that downtown Wabash maintains and we reimburse it? Or is that gonna be, we keep the money here, but we know 50,000 is committed to this program and we keep that 50,000 level there? Yeah, but the account
I
stays
think
with,
if you keep it here, that creates a whole nother level of paperwork that they have to invoice RDC when the Economic Vitality Committee could approve those invoices and cut the check from downtown.
That, it seems to me that would be the easiest.
And if
way.
they use the 50,000 in 1 year, we would reimburse 50,000 for the next year.
Yeah. I would say they would,
We're just
downtown
gonna
Wabash
fund the
would,
program.
Yeah.
would submit a claim on January 1st or 2nd, because nobody's open on the 1st, for whatever they need to get up to that $50,000 amount. And we just, RBC approves it, and the January meeting cuts a check for the year.
and then everything else from that point on
Is there.
is done by downtown Wabash.
The simplicity of this is they can issue you a report that says we spent X number of dollars
Right.
last year. You know, please reimburse, please
That would be,
refund our.
that could be part of
which
their
is
claim
the-
then.
Yeah, which is documentation and easiness.
And as I thought about this a little more, this is for you, Doug, really, I think probably we'll have a simple agreement between the city and downtown Wabash, where we promise to use the money the way we're representing we're going to, and then we report to you every year how we spend the money and how much more we need. I think that would be.
Mhm. And then your guidelines and all that would all be your responsibility and we wouldn't have to.
Because if not, you'll end up on Facebook and they'll say you're lining your pockets.
I don't read Facebook.
Don't say you don't hear about it.
I don't read Facebook either.
So, Doug and I can talk about that side agreement.
Yeah, but I like that idea, just keep it simple, than us, have to come here for 2,500 or 5,000 or this when we've already approved it, 50 to go.
So next month, you'll submit an invoice for us to approve, to cut a check for 50 grand for their
It'll just be
organization.
DWI,
Yep.
submit an invoice for $50,000.
Side grant.
And we plan to go out and actively solicit these loans. I don't think we can announce and expect.
And just, in my opinion, I agree with the mayor, this should be a January 1 to December 31st program. So this program actually 50 grand for 2025, and then January of 2026, then you guys could reapply for whatever's.
Until when you want to stop it. A provision in there that gives you the opportunity to terminate it any January 1 you want to.
What if the state keeps going? They eliminate TIF,
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I will tell you all, I think you all have done a great job already with downtown.
Yeah.
Looks great. You're doing a great job. I think anything we can do to support all that.
There's only a handful of buildings left that need some substantial work downtown.
A lot fewer than there were a few
Yeah.
years ago.
Oh, yes.
But those that do need it, need it.
Need it
Yes.
back, yeah.
Mhm.
This is a great program.
You can all do on a daily basis.
$10,000.
That's significant for some.
No, but those are $100,000 grant.
Oh, yeah, yeah, well,
That's what you're gonna do.
I was just gonna say, what you can all do on a daily basis is pull a weed when you're walking around. We sprayed weeds a couple of times so far, but they're insidious.
Oh,
So
yeah.
anyway, if you walk around and you see a big weed, pull it out,
So
throw it away.
we need to approve the agreement today, and then next month we'd approve the invoice?
Unless you want to pre-approve the invoice. Well,
I think you're just approving the guidelines and telling us,
Yes.
once Doug and I put together an agreement, then you can finally
Okay.
approve it. And
Then-
we'll submit the claim at that time.
I make a motion that we approve the guidelines as submitted and wait for a further agreement and invoice.
one second. You have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion. Any other new business? All right, any old business?
Steve.
What was it?
Old business.
Trying to catch you guys.
Thank you for not including me.
Thank you.
I think,
I think the only other update I'll share is the redevelopment plan that we approved at the May meeting. I think that'll be back before us in July, so publish in July to accept in August.
By the way, you had a nice meet and greet.
Oh, yes, that's right, thank you. And then you hosted
Yeah.
the company hosted a good neighbors meeting with the neighbors to make sure that they to address concerns, to talk about the project, and it went very well, better than expected.
Heard there were some containers.
and then
Which ones?
I don't know, I wasn't there, I sent my second.
I saw that. Thanks. You're welcome.
is VP Connect going in on the south side, Old Penguin Point, is that a real or is that
It has a
fake
sign.
news?
It has a sign
There's a
on
sign, yeah,
Okay.
when we talked to them last, they were still debating what they're doing, but since they have
It's-
a sign out, I would say they're moving forward.
It's scheduled for the BZA
Okay.
later this month.
Because you have to do a variance for gas stations.
All gas stations are special acceptance. So yes, we have to do special.
Actually, Kroger's, state Kroger's.
Yeah, that,
It's moving.
Okay.
It's farther along than the VP.
Yeah.
But it may be a bigger project.
That didn't get far.
So.
Yes, I would too.
Lights.
A remodel of what?
The crows.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can talk them into building a bigger, newer,
Better?
I have heard
we're
from
gonna,
someone in grocery stores that when you invest in a gas station, that's a good sign that they're investing in the,
yes,
It's recent. That's
that they may, the renovations may be the next thing.
good.
that'd be very nice.
Okay.
Nothing more. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, VP.
I thought I got it.